With meteorologist Max Logano.
Well, once again, a very happy Friday afternoon. We've made it to the end of the work week. It's still definitely a warm one outside, although thankfully these temperatures are finally showing signs of beginning to cool at least a little bit. We're down to 89 degrees in DeRidder, 87 along the coastline in Cameron. The rest of us, though, we are still into the 90s. That includes 92 degrees at the Lake Charles Regional Airport, with the heat index still at 98. Similar story over in Jennings with the temperature of 91 and a heat index of 95. Across the rest of our region, though, we obviously have a lot of sunshine that did a good job of warming things up today. We also have a few clouds, but I don't really see any of these clouds that are producing any sort of rain right now, and those chances will remain very, very limited today and, well, pretty much tomorrow as well. So let's take a look at both of these days here. We'll start now this evening as temperatures begin to slowly fall. That's good news, but just keep in mind it's going to remain early on for any plans you may have outdoors. Maybe you're going to high school football games. Definitely is going to stay warm outside. That brings us to tomorrow morning, where we are going to see the heat index fall into the 70s near 80 degrees. Then another warm afternoon is ahead with a lot of sunshine, a few clouds. The heat index, I think, gets close to 100 degrees or maybe even a bit above that at times tomorrow, both during the afternoon. Then into the evening, we'll start to cool off a little bit. Speaking of the evening, tomorrow is the next McNeese home football game of the season. They take on Alcorn State. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. And, well, it's honestly not looking like a bad one for it. It's just going to be very warm if you're out tailgating. By kickoff, though, I think we will start to see these temperatures fall back down a little bit more. And the warm, dry pattern does not change this weekend. Upper-level high-pressure system is going to remain in place the next couple of days. Now, by next week, though, it is showing signs that it's going to start backing off to the east. That could allow some better moisture to return. So starting Tuesday, we'll introduce some slight rain chances. Then our attention turns to later in the week. We could see a cold front likely to be lurking somewhere to the northwest. If it gets close enough, I do think we'll have at least some slightly better rain chances after that. And yes, as we've been talking about, it also has a role to play in the tropics. The reason why? Models continue to suggest that we could see some development into a tropical system in the southern Gulf of Mexico sometime between early and the middle part of next week. If that's the case and the cold front's around, that would actually help us and push anything off to the east. But if that cold front does not make it here, then something farther to the west would be on the table. So we still have that area outlined in the Western Caribbean and Southern Gulf being monitored for possible development. But just keep in mind, we don't even have a tropical wave at this point. And with that one, models always struggle trying to figure out what's going to happen, whether a system even forms at all, and ultimately where it goes. So it's nothing we need to be overly concerned about at this point. It's just something we'll continue to keep an eye on. And this weekend is still looking very good. We have a lot of warm weather, temperatures into the 90s, but I don't see any rain, at least until next week, Cynthia.
All right, not bad for football at all. Matthew is up next. What do you have for us?